yeah.
Yeah.
What's
up? We're back.
It's
It's
a
Cavalry
Tuesday. Full form.
Tuesday. Classic Cavalry taping day. Late in the evening because I just came from a Jeopardy viewing party.
Oh.
Check this out. I have my own. Well, first I'll tell you what it was. So Heidi's friend Blaine, who she used to work with at the real estate company, got on Jeopardy, but he couldn't say what happens. Like, you're not allowed to tell people, if you win or lose.
Yes.
And so we were in high suspense. So we went to this party and we show up and it's like he's a gay guy and it's like 15 gay dudes at the table, like all his buddies.
Oh,
And
so
then
you were like you was a viewing party to watch it as it aired.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And so everybody had name tags. He made name tags for everybody, part of the party. And here's mine. It
Andrew,
says,
I'm a stand-up comedian and was just at my brother's wedding in Boston.
so first of all, horrifying that on my shirt now, all these dudes I've never met immediately are like, I'm a stand-up comedian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just horrifying. And then also, it's not the factoid. It seems like you ran out of it's like clearly you're not a successful stand-up comedian because I'm a stand-up comedian. Also, my brother got married in Boston. It's like,
how do you want to be brought up? Just tell them that my brother just got married and I was there.
That's my big credit. He got invited to his brother's wedding. Wow, he must be a great guy.
He sounds funny. That's
but
great.
I could see people.
How was the viewing party?
Well, just quickly, I could see people reading the name tag, and I would read theirs, and they would just immediately skip the comedian. No one brought up the comedy. It's like they were embarrassed for me. They're like, "So Boston, huh? How was Boston?"
Maybe they were just being nice. Maybe they were like, "Oh, this guy doesn't want." I mean, that's the last thing, if you had to have a big sign that says I'm a comedian.
But I think the general public understands comedy the way. Think of how do you remember what you thought of comedy before you were a comedian, or like what you understood about it? Because I'm pretty sure the general public's like, you either are famous or you don't do it for a living. So this makes it seem like I identify as a comedian, like I'm trying to identify as my hobby, It would be like, Andrew is a model train conductor. Is that what I am, or is this just what I like to do in my spare time?
I identify as a stand-up comedian,
Right?
But for real, I just go to my brother's wedding.
Yeah, I'm going to my brother's wedding, but it's not really my passion. My passion's to fly helicopters. I'm just going to my brother's wedding as like a gig, until I can save up enough money to go to helicopter school.
Right. Of course.
Do you know that helicopter school is only we looked this up one time in Los Angeles when we were thinking about how stupid it is. We were all trying to be comedians, and it's like 30 grand or something to go to helicopter pilot school.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a lot of money, but then also when you're done, you can fly a helicopter. But
you don't have a helicopter. Does it come with a helicopter? I mean, who gives a shit? I mean, you could tell me I'm licensed get any job
You know how many jobs there are probably out there for helicopter pilots?
No.
It's got to be a very in-demand field, I'd imagine. And you probably make a lot of money.
Though? What if you're wrong? I mean, my degree was in IT because everyone was like, that's where you got to be. And then I couldn't get a fucking job after college. So I got a job at a mortgage
everybody,
place from a temp agency.
But everybody, that's the thing, is how many people in your life do you know who work at IT? Probably a lot. How many people in your life do you know who are helicopter pilots? None. You know what I mean? It's a more rare skill.
But how often do you see a computer in your day-to-day life versus how often do you need to fly a helicopter?
Well, I don't know. I just think if you can fly a helicopter, there's a job out there for you. And 30,000 sounds like a lot of money, but then now you look at what, compare that to a college degree to get like a business major or something,
Yeah.
it's probably less.
If I got a helicopter's license, you know what I'd do? I'd go to Vegas and put up one of those big sandwich boards that says, "Hey, helicopter ride, $200." You just go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Your
Right?
your ambition is inspired.
It's like, well, what else? I mean, what else are you gonna do? Oh, fly
Someone is
people.
giving you the gift of flight. What if you just said that you got turned into Superman tomorrow? You could fly. Well, what would I do? I guess I just go to Vegas and put out a sign. Fly with Superman, $200, up and down, up and down. God, I'm gonna go find a kryptonite gun and blow my brains out.
You go shove a kryptonite rock up my ass and take a nap.
Depressed Superman is the funniest character. He's just walking around the city using his freeze breath, just blowing everything into ice. People are like, it's a sunny summer day and he's sad. Sad Superman. I like it.
Yeah.
That's your new stand-up character.
News. Yeah.
That can
Have to get up
follow up
there.
your Batman. So then the Jeopardy part. So we watched it. The spoilers out because it's over now. And so he
What?
came out hot the first couple, and like there's probably like 25 people at this party by the time it actually got started. And so people are like cheering, when he gets one right. It's like, yeah. And then it was funny, they introduced there was two other ladies and they were like, boo. It was like really getting into it. And he came out hot and then he fell off a cliff and it was like,
Oof.
yeah. And then one like dumb answer and it was like, oh, and then like, started falling pretty far behind. And I was like, started to think about it. I was like, man, I do not know if I would have, like, he knows what happens. Why did he
Yeah.
throw
Why do you have a party?
like if I went on Corden and bombed, I would be like, I don't really need to tell everybody to watch this.
Huh?
But he came back. But then in the end, he came back and he got within. So the one woman, she was the returning champion. She had like a pretty large lead, but he was within half. He almost had, I think he had like exactly half her score. So he was live going into Final Jeopardy. Like he had a chance.
Oh,
But then he lost the Final Jeopardy question. So he got second place.
Oh, wow.
So you get $2,000 for second place. Not bad.
How much did first place get?
I think she won like 16 grand or something, but then she was a returning champion, so her like 3-day total was like up like to 48,000 or something like that.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That'd be real nice.
Oh man, I won.
Johnny, all you have to do is read an encyclopedia.
Yeah,
and from front to back and memorize it, and then you too could make $46,000 on Jeopardy.
3 days.
So that was it. That was that's why we're recording this so late.
Fun.
That was my big romantic Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. We're recording on Valentine's Day, folks.
Shows you how what good husbands we are.
My wife left town at 7 this morning. She went to Tucson for a work conference. So.
What a weird way to say your wife's like on a business trip. Yeah, my wife skipped town. She'll be back Thursday, but she's haven't heard. I don't know what.
Man.
Okay, so how long have you been on your own here?
All day today. But you know what's weird? And I only feel comfortable saying this because she's not an avid listener. But like the cliche is, oh, the husband's on his own. Everyone, can you guys check in on my idiot husband? But like, it's not. It's almost easier. It's almost less stressful because I feel like,
dude, yes,
she's there. It's like, well, I have to make sure she's happy and pleased with how everything's going. But when she's not there, it's like, and I'm not saying, oh, we're just gonna get Pizza Hut. I made pasta tonight, and it's like, but I cleaned as I went, so I didn't have to do
Yes.
dishes afterwards.
Oh my God.
I tucked the kids in, like, at
On time.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, this works. Why does this not work when we're both here?
Dude, I relate to this so hard. I think it's probably true the other way too. Like, I know that Heidi gets like, it gets old fast when I'm gone, you know?
Yeah.
But I bet that first night when she can just do it the way she wants to do it, whatever. But I swear to God, because I'm the same way. Like, I clean as I cook, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then like there's not a huge mess. And then like I get everything going a little earlier because I'm like, okay, if bedtime 7:30, then I want to have her eating dinner by 6 so that I can, because I want her in bed by 7:30 so I can do stuff and
Yeah, so you
relax
can
and
have your
stuff.
night.
Because it was the first time Heidi left, me on my own with Ginger, her mom and her grandfather stayed with me for some, and it was like under the guise of like, oh, they can help out, you know.
Yeah.
But it could not have been further from the truth. Now I'm making dinner for like
Yeah,
5
now you're
people.
hosting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm hosting and getting them coffee in the morning, you know, and all this stuff, and like, and taking care of it. So yeah, by yourself, I mean, not for the long haul, definitely not for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know, that
Yeah.
would get old, but
Yeah.
I'm like, go. I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
insulting too, to be honest with you, like what she thinks I'm capable of. Like I was like, so we're going on. So I have to. It's funny you bring that because we're leaving tomorrow for Seattle. Then I'm going from like Seattle to Spokane to San Diego. Then I get on a cruise ship, and so I had to pack my shit. You know, I'm going on a long trip, so I've already done my pack. I was like, why don't I pack Ginger's bag? Because I know tomorrow will be a shit show, and it'll be like we won't leave here till like 4 in
Yeah.
the afternoon or something. So I'm like, why don't I pack Ginger's bag today? She's like, oh, you can't do it. It's like, why can't I do it? Why can't I? I mean, what is there to it? You know what I mean? I know what she wears and what she needs, and like clothes,
Yeah.
you know, diapers, all the like creams and stuff. I got it. All the shit we have here. Just put it in a bag and bring it there. So, but she's very not confident.
See, I think like I don't really. I mean, maybe we don't like say what's the problem. I can handle it because if she was like, move, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, if you
Yeah, no,
want
I
to do
know.
it, I'll then fine. If you
I
want to
know, and
think I'm an idiot that can't handle it, then you can just do it every time, and then and then complain that I never do it.
I'm of the same mindset, except then it is like kind of you're like, oh, maybe I've done that too much because then it's a little like insulting at a certain point when she thinks I'm capable of. But maybe you're right. I just want to do it because then I'm like, it'll make things smoother tomorrow if I've got
Yeah,
Ginger's bag packed. Because that's always a fallacy too. Heidi's always like, because you know we're always running late, and then it's like she'll be like, oh, well, I got Ginger stuff and my bag, and I don't. And it's like, it's your bag. It's your bag. It's your stuff that's taking forever. It's not Ginger's bag. Now, see,
yeah.
again, this is something I can only say because we know for a fact
They're not
they're
listening.
not going to listen. But
Yeah.
I believe that
Well, I will say, I mean, in Aaron's defense, and I'm not saying this because I think, oh, maybe she will listen, but in her
because there's
honest
no
defense,
chance.
there's no chance. I will, I will forget things like before leaving, and I won't pack. Like, Johnny, you rush out. She complains I rush out the door and I'm not prepared. That's true, but if she didn't come with the things I didn't pack, wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I
Like,
know. Yeah, yeah.
like it's a problem because you say we need these things. Okay, they don't all have waters and gloves. well, they're not going to wear their gloves the entire time we're gone, and they're going to leave their waters in the car and not take them anyway. So I have, there's a water in the car.
Yeah, and she'll be like, oh, we don't have enough nighttime diapers. It's like they got Rite Aids everywhere we're going. You know what I mean? If we don't bring our diaper, we're gonna buy diapers either way. That's kind of my point about the diaper thing. It's like bring a couple, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. The ones we left
there.
at home will end up with shit in them at some point.
Yeah, all these diapers will get their shit. They'll all get shit in. Don't worry.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
man.
and the monitor. She's big on the monitor. Like, what age do you stop using a baby monitor?
Oh, God. That's so funny you say that.
You guys still use it?
The day before yesterday, I think 3 days ago, Aaron like unplugged it from the kitchen, and 2 days ago, during the Super Bowl, she was screaming her head off, and we couldn't hear her because the monitor wasn't there. And I was like, "Oh, I think I hear her," and I ran upstairs, and she was screaming. She was like, "I had to go pee," and she pissed all over her bed. She didn't want to come down on her own, and she was waiting for us to come up there so she could go pee, and she just full out big peed in the bed.
Oh man.
So we did it. So I guess that was a day too early. But normally, I mean, she can even get down on her own. I don't know why she didn't get out on her own, but
yeah.
So 4 years, I guess. She's 4, so
okay. Well, I guess we're packing that baby monitor. But my problem is we always pack it, and then we end up staying in some room that it's like, if you can't hear her without the monitor, then you're probably not even gonna hear her with the you know what I mean? Then you're just deaf. It's not like we're staying at like the Hearst Mansion or something. It's like these are, Holiday Inn Expresses or whatever. It's like pretty sure we're gonna hear her. But anyway. So but you're doing good, it seems like.
Day one.
How many days to go?
She'll get back at midnight. Well, that's what I'm nervous for. Her flight is like it lands at like 11:55 p.m. Friday, but I have a corporate Saturday in Michigan somewhere, so I like have to leave at like 8 or 9 in the morning. So if something happens with her flight and she gets delayed or whatever until the next day, which probably won't happen, but just in case, her mom is on call, so her mom can shoot in from Milwaukee. But so yeah, Friday at midnight.
All right. See if you make it.
I think we'll be all right.
She
said on her way out, she said, "This is all I ask, just no pizza. No pizza." Because it's such a easy go-to, like, all right.
Is she saying no pizza because
every night? Because she did a huge Costco run, and it'd be such a waste to like let all that food go to waste because I just made frozen pizzas. So, but I made pasta tonight. I'll make ravioli one of these nights. We have some sausages and chicken. So
you got it.
You got it. Yeah.
No pizza.
Go to Culver's. Actually, the school has Culver's night, where it's part of the profits. If you go to the local Culver's, part of the profits go to the school. So that's
then you got to go.
I know. So that's a maybe. Culver's. Did I tell you about the what is it called? The Curder burger? Did we talk about that? I can't imagine we let that.
No, we have not spoken about that. That's a horrible name. I know like cheese. I know like cheese curds, but Curder is like a very unappealing word.
Well, this is a true story. Maybe this will go over better here than it did. I did this on stage.
Curder burger sounds like an insult to someone whose last name is Curder or burger.
Curder burger?
Yeah.
Right.
Curder burger.
Yeah, it's not appetizing at all.
No.
But what it is it's a burger, a cheeseburger that has a cheese curd the size and shape of a hamburger patty on top of the patty.
Oh my God.
It's a giant cheese curd that they put on it. And it's like they did it like 2 years ago and it sold out. Everyone wanted it. They had it for one day. So this year they did it for like half a month and it's still sold out. here in Wisconsin. But I went and like it's a promotional thing, so they just have one button. They can't like customize it and say like, oh no tomatoes or whatever. It's just as is. And I went to Culver's with my buddy to get my first one, and I was like, "Can I do a double Curder?" And she didn't even let me finish. She goes, "No, no, we can't do that. We can't do that." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Wait,
Can I get
what?
2 Curder burgers?" Because they can't like specify, double or whole
Right.
because they just have one button because it's a promotional thing. So they have no way to tell the kitchen special instructions. So it's just like a as is item.
So she
And so I
wasn't
had to
just
do
disgusted by you going like, no, we're not going to give you the heart attack double.
no, yeah, she was like irritated, but I'm sure that people ask all the time for a double Curder burger. So you kind of have to build it yourself.
So you don't just eat two, you just like
you
smash
have
them
to
together.
you have to well, I don't want that much bread. That can't be good
Oh
for you.
yeah. You're on Atkins.
That's right. Yeah.
That reminds me of you're not like a coffee guy, right?
No, but I've started because when Erin gets up for work, she'll pour me a glass, and she has this like whipper that makes it like frothy. So like it's like a yummy drink that she makes. So I've been having it lately.
Well, like so we were at the Oregon coast, and sometimes when you go out for coffee and you get like a latte, right? It's basically like 2 shots of espresso and then all that milk that's foamed up,
Yeah.
and then that's what makes a latte. That's the
Okay.
basic element of it. Well, like Heidi and I both, we like strong coffee, so we'll get an extra shot of an espresso in that latte. Now, a lot of times what they'll tell you is that, oh, our machine only pulls double shots. So if you try to get 3, they'll be like, hey, you can either have 4, but you're going to pay for, or have 3, but you're going to pay for 4 either way, just so you know. Right.
So you
So,
can get 2 or 4, you can't get 3?
right. Because they're saying the machine only pulls in
Right.
sets of
Okay.
2.
So how and are you paying? You have to pay for all 4?
Well, no, here's the thing. So most of the time I'm getting 2 because I'm getting coffee for Heidi at the same time. Right. So
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, I'm getting 2 lattes. Both of them I want to be triples. And this is like a math problem. So just pull 6 shots. And now I'm paying for the appropriate amount.
Sure.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just
How do they
basically
how do they
ordering
split
one.
one pull?
I'm basically ordering 1 extra shot and divide that double between the 2 drinks, and that'll make everything square.
Correct.
So I'm saying this because the barista at this Oregon coffee shop, she goes, "Oh, yeah, our machine only pulls double, so I'm gonna have to charge you for, 4 shots for each drink." And I was like, "Oh, but good news, I'm getting 2 lattes, so just charge me. You know what I mean? Just split that one between the 2." And she goes, "We can't do that." I was like, "But did you hear me
Yes, you
explain?"
can.
I was like, I really think I laid it out like super clear. So then I said, all right, here's what I want. I
I
stopped.
like it how you start it by saying, "Oh, good news," as in
Good news
I'm
for you
about to
and
be
me.
right.
So then I was like, okay, why don't we do this? I was like, let me just get 2 lattes, regular, no extra shots. And then I'll also have a double shot of espresso. And she goes, okay. And she just rings me up.
So then, right in front of her, did you
Yeah.
just?
And then when she brought the drinks over, just opened them up. I poured them in each. I don't think it affected her for a second. I think she just lived her whole life and it just went like, didn't care. It was like, whatever. I don't even think it registered to her what I was doing when I was like, she was probably just like, I guess he changed his mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was my
Andrew 1, barista 0.
take that. I don't like that, but like, what are these machines? My machine only pulls doubles. I mean, make a single. How hard could it be? These espresso machines cost like thousands of dollars. They can't pull a single shot.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here with that shit.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
All right, dude. Oh, I know what you got for us
What's that?
before we get into our topics.
Oh yes. All right. So folks, we have a feedback. As you guys know, if you leave a 5-star review with what you need backup on, we will read it on the air. And I'm about to read this one on the air. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is not big announcement. This is not from Kyle. Kyle, we love you.
Kyle's
but
hearing
it's
this
nice
right
to
now.
hear from someone else. What?
Kyle's hearing this right now and just furiously typing out a review, like so mad that he's been supplanted.
Yeah,
by
he's
someone.
like, who the fuck is Ryan? Okay,
Oh,
so this is it. It's from Ryan, your newest Patreon member, Ryan.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be I get so nervous when people are actually Patreon members, like, oh god, they're mad. Not enough feet pics.
Love this podcast. I should have screened this. I wonder if it's like, here's what I suggest you guys do. Okay. Love this podcast. Idea.
Wait, stop for just a second. You didn't read it ahead of time at all?
No, I didn't. Is that terrible?
Well, potentially, yes, but go ahead.
Well, we'll find out. You know what? Hey, we're real, man. We're real.
Oh yeah.
On the Cavalry, we're real.
Yeah, we're real, all right.
We don't okay.
Real lazy. Hey, we're real. We don't prepare at all. We just hit the Zoom button and go. And if our microphones aren't turned on properly, then I guess we're just too real for you.
Yeah.
We don't edit. We don't cut anything out. We don't try.
Yeah, that's too. If you can't handle that, that's too real for you. Yeah. If our mic isn't plugged in, we catch it and try to fix it for the next episode.
If we repeat a topic we've done already 3 other times, I guess that's just how we are.
Deal
that's the real us.
You can't handle our shitty memory.
We just feel that strongly about subscription-based services.
Huh? That's right. All right. I want some backup from the Cavalry listeners here in suggesting the Cavalry Fantasy Football League next season. Whoa. I think the banter and sports talk would be awesome. Maybe an exclusive post-show banter topic. A league full of beaners and slaters mixed with listers, subscribers. Could be a fun way to connect with the audience. Thoughts? I'm working backwards and catching up on all previous shows in between new episode releases. Loved episode 100. Favorite guest so far? Dave Williamson.
Whoa. Keep it up, great guest. Yeah.
All right.
Barbecue
Shout
King.
out to Dave Williamson. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love the fantasy football idea because I know how much Johnny would hate it.
Yeah, I don't fully understand.
What is your experience
with football?
What is your experience with fantasy football?
I did it once and everyone got mad at me because I didn't sub. Like, you have to sub out your players or something. And I just like, is it not enough that I pay to join? And then
this gets back to the effort question. I'm too real to change my lineups every week.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel your pain. Like, fantasy football is, it's once a week. Come on, Johnny. But I'm in a fantasy.
But aren't there like tons of games in your team? Like, couldn't your team have a player from every game in the whole week?
What?
Like, your team, you're not the Dolphins. You're like, oh, I got the QB from the Dolphins. I got the running back from the Raiders. So let's say then you got to keep track of all the games because you got players on all the teams.
But you don't have to add up the scores yourself. They do that automatically.
Who does?
But yes, you do have to pay attention to like who's playing who and if the guy's injured and Yeah. Well, I would love it. That sounds like a great idea to me. I will say I'm in a fantasy basketball league, and that's too much for me because that is like they're playing every night. it's not like every weekend like football. And so I'm constantly behind and losing, and I feel like they're going to kick me out of that league. And they have a group text that's like constantly.
But why would they kick you out? Wouldn't they just be like,
No, I think you're probably right. They
sucks
really
for
just
you.
find to keep taking my money.
But I mean, I did well. That's why they were mad at me, because it was like, you didn't change out your players, and like somehow I just randomly. I mean, I didn't win, but I didn't.
That's on them. They should be embarrassed. If you lose to like, then where is that anger going? It's like, hey, you didn't even try and you kicked my ass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Why don't you kick my ass harder next time? What are you arguing for?
I was being too real for him, I guess.
Too real. Johnny's too real.
Yeah.
Dude, now fantasy football, Cavalry Fantasy Football League sounds amazing. However, I think we should do it through the Patreon, but because there's eight, whatever there is on the Patreon, I don't know, but
yeah,
if we do it, I guarantee it will require effort. And again,
ooh,
that's where
maybe
a lot of times
maybe our fan, Ryan wants to
be the
do that legwork.
Yeah, there we go. Ryan, you just got promoted to commissioner of the new Cavalry Fantasy Football League. So remember this in August when we have to start putting this together. Bookmark it.
We'll do it. Bookmark.
All right. Good one. Good review.
Is this episode 146?
What is this? Episode 146? Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, now we'll you fucking idiot. Oh, yeah. Now we'll remember.
Because we said it.
Because you said it.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You know how embarrassing. You know the most embarrassed I've ever been on this podcast the whole time we've ever done it?
I can think of a few examples. Go
ahead. When I thought the Mr. Peanut roast.
What's real? Oh God, that was so bad. And then did you see the commercial?
You're like, no, what's the date? And I was like, it's right here. I'm looking it up. It's a real thing. And no, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw like one short spot of it, but I should.
We had a Super Bowl party. It was not conducive to the commercials. It was great. I mean, it was really more of a game focused party because people were talking quite a bit during the commercials, and I didn't really pay attention to any of them. But the one everybody sent me was the Rockstar one.
That's why I texted you.
I know. But
you got it. It's out. You got it.
I know. Thank God. I mean, what if I was doing Curder like on Monday and that had come out Sunday? You know what I mean? That would have been brutal.
Yeah.
You know, because that happened to me I have this bit about Zillow, and it's like a marriage dating app or whatever. And then Saturday Night Live did this big sketch, and the Corden Booker literally said like, yeah, because I had that joke scheduled to do it before COVID, like approved to do on the show. Yeah. And then the Booker was like, yeah, I don't think we should do the Zillow bit anymore. Saturday Night Live kind of did that. And I was like, man, see, they can just like kneecap.
Yep. Yeah. But that's what was great about this is you got it. You were there first. You had
Take that, whatever company that was.
Yeah, that was the thing. I don't even know what company it was.
I know. Way to spend your money, you dipshits.
Dumb.
We don't even you dumb fucks. We don't even know what you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you watch this? Did you have a party?
My daughter did.
Kid party.
Yeah. Well, she just had two friends over, so just two came over. But it was it was fun, and she got to watch the whole game. She was up till I think it was 9:15 here.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Saw the end. That was a great game. Yeah, high scoring, close.
She was happy. Chiefs fan, right?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, Duncan was rooting for the Eagles just to go against the grain, but.
Yikes. Ouch.
Not to get into this is our little tiny sports segment, sports talk on the Cavalry. Do you think the Chiefs would have won if they hadn't got that holding call? That was very iffy.
Yeah, I think they probably would have won anyway because so they would have kicked the field goal there, very high probability make. So then they would have been up 3. Right? Was it tied at that point? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was tied.
Was it?
Because they won 38-35, I think. It was tied.
Yeah,
So
I'm
so
just
they
trying
would
to think if
have
that was
kicked the
earlier in the
field
game.
goal 2 minutes earlier. So the Chiefs would have had time to come down and score. But I think the most likely thing that would have happened was the Chiefs or would the Eagles also would have
Field
kicked the
goal.
field goal and we would have gotten overtime.
No.
But I just think the Chiefs were the better team in the second half, so they probably would have won in overtime.
Huh. Okay.
But we'll never know.
Well, that's sports talk.
That's sports talk. Also, if he hadn't held him there, he might have completed the I mean, he threw it pretty far.
Yeah.
But you never know. He might have been just throwing it that way once he saw the flag to like make sure they called it.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Who knows?
Sports talk.
Sports
That's,
talk.
that's bad sports talk to just go, yeah, who knows? Could have gone either way. Don't really have a strong opinion about that. All right. Well, taking your calls here on.
Hey, we're just keeping it real here at the Cavalry.
Just keeping it real. We don't know. We're allowing room
we don't know,
for us
nor do
to
we
be
have a strong
wrong.
opinion.
Okay. Topic time.
Let's get into. Oh my gosh, look at this.
We're just cruising along, and it's late. It's
Holy
late in Johnny Land, so we got to get to topics.
Okay. Why don't you go first, Andrew?
Okay, I got it. I think I got one.
I have two, but I don't know. One we might have done. The other one.
Okay. Here's my latest theory is because we had this Super Bowl party and Heidi was a little grumpy with me because I was gone Saturday night. I had a gig way up in Washington State, basically in Canada. So I had to drive. I actually left Saturday night because we were having the party.
About it, right? You were driving back that night?
Yeah, but I only made it as far as Seattle, and then I stayed the night at my parents' house, and then drove the rest of the way Sunday morning. But I didn't leave as early as I think Heidi would have liked me to Sunday morning to get back and get the house ready for people coming over, right? Because there was this big list. You got to mop and you got to sweep and clean the bathroom and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it was our neighbors come over, and then my friend Jason and his fiance. That was basically it, I think, and her brother Daniel. So it's not like the Queen of England's coming over, but still, we really had to get the house ready. And I made it back in plenty of time to clean and do everything, so it was fine. But here's what I need backup on. Everyone's like, you get married and you get older and you get less. It's harder and harder to make friends and keep friends. Do you find that to be true?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a consensus among most married people, at least dudes. That's why I do this podcast, because you're my only friend really that I talk to on a regular basis anymore. And if we didn't have this podcast, we would never talk.
So now we purposefully keep it just for not wasting.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's literally it. No, but you're honestly the perfect friend too, because this gets to where I need backup.
This is so perfect for Valentine's Day.
I know. I love you, Johnny.
Oh.
So what I was trying to say is that what I need backup on is the reason why it's hard to maintain friends as you get older when you're married is because nobody wants to have anybody over to your house because it's a huge pain in the ass cleaning the house all the I literally thought about it 6 times. I was driving back and I was in a bad mood because I knew I was in trouble because I didn't leave early enough, and I was tired. And then I was like, why are we even doing this? Why are we even having people over? I could just watch the game in our own filthy home with no, and relax and lay out on the couch. Now I've got to clean the whole just to see my stupid friends for 4 hours, Right. That's why if there was no pressure to clean your house when people came over, then you'd have people over more often and you'd have more friends.
Right. So that's why my question is, you're saying your topic is when you're married, that's why you don't have people over but if you're single, I'll be like, well, who cares? It's my place.
Well, yeah, and like I don't know, I can't speak for single people, but maybe there's the same pressure when you're single. You put it on yourself because you're like, well, I'm like, 38, 40 years old now, whatever. I want to show off my adult home and blah 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 blah.
But I
I
don't
just
have.
know that for me, I am married now, and this is what it's like. And
Right.
it's like I hate having people over because I know what it entails. It's like this huge project.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know the motivation for me not wanting to have people. Yeah, it's because it's a lot of work, but also I got married because like that's
That's the last person you want to have over.
I just want to be I just want to hang out with her.
Right.
We're both there. So
Yeah.
everyone else is like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're not as good as my wife, but you can come over." So that's less exciting, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I used to say that like guys complain about the guys who complain about their wives like and they can't go out with their buddies anymore. It's like the opposite. It's like I use my wife as an excuse to not hang out, we're going poker night. Like, you know how it is. This stupid wife of mine. And then she's like, why aren't you going out to poker night? It would be nice if you left.
You gotta be like, babe, shh, they'll hear
No,
you.
no, 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 no. You want me here. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think we put too much pressure. Like, and also it's like how like in the magazines it's like beauty standards and it's a bad image for like especially girls to see like unattainable um skinny women on the cover of a magazine, right?
Okay.
It's the same thing with houses. Like you're cleaning your house too much when you have people over. Because then everybody goes home and goes, God damn it, did you see how clean their house was? And then they have to clean their house that much. Like leave a little mess so that when
Yeah.
people come over, they go, oh, it's. To see a little mess. Now I can just relax and be myself.
Yeah.
Nobody,
I can just
nobody wants
put
to be at a
water anywhere.
museum.
Yeah.
Leave a little piss on the side of the toilet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make
Just
people
don't even
comfortable. Make people feel comfortable.
don't flush when you have a turd.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Just
is
leave a
great.
turd. Do it the way how we normally
I,
live.
That's what's so gross is I say that as a joke, but I'm thinking like there is kid shit just stuck to the bowl in two of our three toilets in this
Yeah.
house. Because it's just
Oh,
I
I
don't
mean,
know
that's not good.
I don't know what they're eating, but like you flush and it just stays on the wall of the bowl. It's like, ugh,
That's not that gross. If it's inside the toilet and it's like caked on, I mean, that's not that gross.
right.
Our toilet brush in the bathroom, somehow it broke the how there's the long handle, but the base of that where the brush part is, that broke. It's like when
Yeah.
you pull it, just the handle comes out, but the brush doesn't. So you have to take like the actual. Yeah, we need a
You
new
have to
toilet
touch it
brush.
and pull it out.
Basically, yeah, it's useless
Ugh.
at this point.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's
Time to
just
get a
there
new
to
one.
look like, oh, they have a toilet brush, but it's non-functional.
It's just for design. It's just
Yeah,
for
it's just just like the bold look of the stainless steel.
yeah.
So that's I guess what I need backup on is just relax on cleaning your house when you have people over, because if you have to clean it to this point, you're never gonna want to have people over and they're gonna be a hermit.
Yeah. You're
And I
setting the
feel
bar
like,
too high for yourself.
yes, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And if I'm invited to your thing, don't feel like you have to clean up that much. I would love to come over, see a little laundry, see
Yeah.
a ruffled blanket not
See shoes all over
perfectly
the
laid over
place.
your couch, you
Dishes in the
know,
sink. Yeah.
dishes in the sink, you know. That's it.
Yeah. That's when you know you've like you're part of the family. Like, you got friends, you're like, oh no, come on over, you're part of the family. Like it's true when you do show up and it's like, oh, this place is a fucking pigsty. You guys didn't pick up shit for me coming over.
Yeah. Yeah, you think it's like an honor to go over to clean house? No, it means they hate you. The
Yeah.
honor is to come over and the place looks like a hurricane hit it. Then
Yep.
they're like, oh, you're in the inner circle. You can see
Yeah.
how we live.
Yeah. We got nothing to hide. We're not fake around you.
Our neighbor Dave, very nice guy, offered to give us a ride to the airport. Heidi got the car detailed because she's like, I can't have him take us to the because he was going to use our car because we had the
Yeah.
car seat and everything. So it's like, I was like, this is a waste of a favor. It's going to cost us more to get the car cleaned than it would to take an Uber.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Well, next time Dave sees your car like
I
in the
know.
wild, he's gonna be like, "Whoa, you guys really let
Whoa.
yourselves going?
Some
What happened?"
someone been living in your car?
Yeah. Jeez.
All right. What do you need backup on?
All right. Now, when you like, basically, here's what I need backup on. If you do
Wait, time
shows,
out. I forgot to say this.
what?
You brought up when you were the most embarrassed you've ever been. I was for sure you're gonna say when you didn't know what temperature water froze at,
Oh,
because I just saw this Instagram video and they were doing like basically, are you smarter than a fifth grader? Like it was like
yeah.
elementary school quizzes, and that was one of the questions. What temperature does water freeze?
That's what's so funny is like when they do that on Jimmy Kimmel, they're like, "Hey, look at this. We're gonna go out on the street and ask." I
Show
just
how
get, I'm
dumb
like,
America
I
is.
don't find it funny. I'm like, that's not fair. They didn't get a heads up. You can't just stick a microphone in someone's face and ask them questions they
Wait, I
shouldn't.
can remember some of the other ones. What's the capital of Florida?
Tallahassee.
Nice. Wait, what was another one?
Oh God,
Oh, what are the? I didn't know this. What are the primary colors?
I do know this. There's three of them, right?
Yes.
Red, yellow, and blue.
It might be red. That might be right. I actually don't remember. Let's say you're right. Might be red, blue, and green. No, I think you're
No,
right.
because green is blue and yellow mixed together.
Oh, smart. See, look at how smart you are.
I know. I'm even colorblind, and I know that. Wow.
All right. Well, you passed the test.
Okay. Well, here's my topic. This
Okay.
is
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
there's not a lot of meat on this bone, but if you got shows, and we may have talked about this twice,
Keeping
but
it
if you have
real.
shows in a city, we're busy. You and I, we're bouncing around the country. We're moving. We got shows all the time. If you do a show and it's right by where family lives and you do not contact them, you're not an ass. That's all it is you're not an asshole. I think I did talk about it a couple, like when I did that opera house in Illinois.
Yes.
I had
Okay.
like two uncles show up and my
Yeah.
cousin, and the whole time, like I didn't find out till I was on stage. So, during the whole show, I'm like, oh fuck, I am such a schmuck. I didn't check, I didn't look at how close it was because it was like 15 minutes from where they live. And then I
No.
did a show this past weekend, and I did know that it was in the same town as an aunt and uncle, a different aunt and uncle, but I purposely did not reach out because I knew I was just going there, doing the show. It was 2 hours from home, coming back, and I knew this venue. It was like a Mr. Brews tap house in a strip, like one of those burger
That's the
bars.
thing.
And I was like, this isn't their thing. It's going to be, we're all going to feel obligated to do something that none of us want to do, and no one will win. So I'll
I
just,
know. That's the thing. Is like I wish that yes, I'm backing you up. You're not an asshole. First of all, it is not your job or responsibility to like. It's hard enough just being a working comedian and getting these goddamn shows and then doing them for these animals and you
yeah,
know getting out with your life and the check, and so that's hard enough. But then to like, oh, and also you have to remember where everybody lives and tell them, make sure you tell them personally. I mean, think
yeah,
the arrogance of that too. It's like, hey, I'm a professional. You think like Bon Jovi is going out there and reminding every single second cousin, when he's in their town and he keeps track of who? No, you figure it out. Follow me on social media. Like I promote this shit. You know what I mean? By the way,
yeah,
like I've never worked harder at promoting these shows. So if
yeah,
like you don't find out about it, that's really your fault.
Well, they did find out about it, and
There you
they
go.
paid.
Yeah, so perfect.
To be fair, and full disclosure, nobody made me feel like an asshole.
No,
I just
no.
did
Release
afterwards.
that from
Release
yourself.
the
Release
guilt I
that guilt. That's not on you.
All right.
Oh wait, but then I was gonna say something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, but the type of gig too. That's what no one understands. It's like, just could you please trust me? I know what shows to come to and what shows not to. Like, people do that with like local shows all the time. Oh, when's the next time you're having a show in Portland? Like, trust me, I'll let you know. Like, oh wait, you did a show and you didn't let me know? Yeah, I did a show. I didn't let you know. It wasn't the show to go to. I'll tell you. Trust. I'm very happy to tell everybody. Just be patient. You did not want to go to that one. I
don't need
very
to hear
aware.
Me try out my new diarrhea bit
right
for the first time. Let me hone it first.
Let me really craft this diarrhea bit. Yeah, like, people don't understand that. Like, maybe that's a public service announcement we could do to everybody. It's like, just wait to be invited. Like, don't go, oh, you're doing a show? Can I get, like, not all shows are created equal.
Well, don't say wait to be invited, because we just said you will not be invited.
Well, I mean, wait to be like, trust whoever's telling you. I get, because like, don't give pushback when they're like, not this show. You know, trust them when they say that, they mean it.
Yeah,
like, it's not like they're being humble.
Yeah,
it will suck.
Yeah, you will not like it.
Yeah, and there's gonna be like, probably in a lot of times in those situations, there's like 7 or 8 other comics on the show who we absolutely could be good, but also 100% cannot vouch for.
Yeah.
In those situations, you know. So yeah, totally. You're not an asshole. Don't worry, Johnny.
Oh, thank you.
You're all good. You're all good.
You're all good.
You're all good. All right. That's it.
All right, folks. That was a good one.
Good app.
Good one. Good app. Good, solid, real app. It was real too.
We kept it real, I think.
Oof.
A little too real.
Folks, if you want to get mentioned, 5-star review. Andrew, where you at?
I was just looking. I don't have anything to advertise until March 24th and 25th. I'm at Joker's in Richland, Washington.
Nice.
And then but that's not to the end of March. So before that, we actually got to talk about this because I got to go on a ship here coming up.
Ooh,
but you go.
March 3rd, which is a Friday, I'm at the Bare Bones Brewery Comedy Show, Fox Valley Comedy. I believe that's in Oshkosh. It's on my Instagram. I just shared it. So if I'm wrong about it being in Oshkosh, that's where you can find the accurate details. I'm just keeping it real, Andrew. That's all. I think I
have some cousins in Oshkosh. Make sure you tell them about it. All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and join the Patreon. It's growing quickly.
That's right.
Join because you got to be on the Patreon. I'm saying it right now. You got to be on the Patreon to be in the Fantasy Football League.
So Ryan is going to plan. He reached out to me. He knows my brother. I just put it together. He's coming at the comedy. What's it called in Minnesota? Comedy.
Minnesota, Acme?
No, the one you did. Laugh Camp.
Oh, Laugh Camp.
I'm gonna meet Ryan at Laugh Camp.
All right. Well, you guys can plan the league.
All right.
All right. That's it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to
The Cavalry.